that's impressive. I think when people still talk of ease of doing business, state speaks of speed of doing business. I'm sure you have also noticed on the extreme panel, the theme of the state, Swarnandhra. And two important words which are there, of course, we as chamber, we all understand wealth and we talk of wealth, but there are two more things, that is happiness and health. So that's truly amazing, the way state has really balanced how the state wants to progress, and I think that is where we would also like to acknowledge and compliment the leadership of Honorable Chief Minister Shri Chandrababu Naidu. With these words, I invite our chief guest today, Honorable Shri Nara Lokesh Garu, to please address us. I think everybody in this room is very, very eager to hear you and also get a feel of the energy you bring with you.
To all the speakers before me, thank you for raising the expectations. You made it tough. Good morning, everyone. I would like to thank ICC for having me here today. The invitation was when the previous administration was in power, and I have now come here after the administration got changed. But I'm really humbled to be in presence of successful entrepreneurs, thought leaders, wealth creators, and nation builders. For me, as growing up, there was a saying, what Bengal thinks today, India thinks tomorrow. So it's a very humbling experience to be back in Kolkata and be amongst all of you. And what I believe is the capital for the intellectual, cultural, and economic journey of India. I truly believe that stronger Bengal also means stronger India. And I was very fortunate to meet the Honorable Chief Minister last evening. Suvinduji had tremendous amount of energy and passion. The number of questions he asked me in the 1 hour really amazed me. And then he gave me at least 10 tasks to do, including sharing our policies and sharing with the core committee of the Chamber of Commerce that have sized up competition, and I know competition is now from even West Bengal for us. So passion is very important, and I believe that when states compete, India wins. And I believe that competition brings the best out of all of us. And I truly believe that states can actually work together in quite a few sectors and look at how we can sort of complement our strengths and really build a greater Bharat together. And what amazed me is the Chief Minister's passion to singularly create jobs. So he asked me a straight question. He said, how are you doing land pooling? What is the model that Andhra Pradesh is following? Because seemingly you are able to convince, because land is a very emotional part of every Indian, convince the farmer that yes, the future is tied with creating jobs, your children, your future. How are you able to do it? And when I explained the policy, he just said, yaar, jaldi bhejna. Send the policy immediately and we will actually evaluate it and implement it. My dear friends, India is at the inflection point. West is looking at India, East is looking at India. The demographic dividend is here to be reaped. I truly believe that we have an amazing Prime Minister. Look at the stability that he has brought to a great nation. If you look at our neighbors, a little even further down, the number of prime ministers that are getting changed. We are very fortunate to have a Prime Minister like Narendra Modi ji. He is able to bring reforms at the national level, but then he is looking at states to execute those reforms. And Andhra Pradesh as a state is leading on execution. As the leadership just shared, 100 rupees that's getting invested in India, out of that 25 rupees is actually coming to the great state of Andhra Pradesh. And a lot of people ask me, what makes Andhra Pradesh different? Why Andhra Pradesh? And I'll give you 3 S's. All of us love that. The 3 S, why you should choose Andhra Pradesh. First one is speed. If my video didn't sell speed, I'll do it all over again. I'll give you a few data points. I think it's very important to appreciate it. The first handshake that I had with Google leadership team to actually shovel was 13 months. And it took us 13 months because we had to also work with the federal government, central government, to look at changing permanent establishment, giving tax incentives at the central government level. We got all that done 13 months later. India's single largest FDI investment since independence was grounded in the great state of Andhra Pradesh. The second example shared here today is ArcelorMittal project. I met Aditya in Davos 2019. He was not giving me time back then, so I caught him at the Tata Nightcap, which Chandra sir hosts every year, and I caught him. I tried to convince him, but he said, I'm sorry, I committed to the other state, so I won't be able to do it. But then, as we lost an election in 19, but 24, as soon as India won in Andhra Pradesh, I reached out to Aditya and I said, "Yaar, 5 saal ho gaya hai, things have not moved. Are you open to having a conversation?" And over a Zoom call, he had 3 specific asks, and I said, "Give me time till tomorrow morning." My call was around, I think, 6:30 or 7 in the evening. I said, I typically meet the Honorable CM at 9:30 in the morning. You'll have my answer. And I explained to my Honorable CM what the asks were. By about 10, I replied saying, all 3 are done, and welcome to Andhra Pradesh. And that brought in a 20 million metric ton green steel plant to south of Visakhapatnam. Think about it. From the Zoom call to shovel, 17 months, including environmental clearance, getting the slurry pipeline. So you know how difficult it is. The amount of work we had to do. So you heard the video of the Honorable Chief Minister that once you shake hands, it's no longer your project, becomes our project. So we are in it together. If it means we have to convince the Honorable Prime Minister, Honorable Finance Minister, the Heavy Industries Minister, anyone possible, we will do it and we will do it together. And that's the example of what we have done with ArcelorMittal. The third example I'd like to share with you is the AMCA project, the Advanced Multi-Combat Aircraft project. It's India's stealth aircraft project. It's under advanced tender stage. It will be given to the private sector. As soon as we heard it, we reached out to the Raksha Mantri ji, Rajnath Singh ji, and we said, no other option but you have to come to Andhra Pradesh. So he said, done. If you can give me 600 acres and access to a runway, we'll do it. Absolutely. So from that letter to groundbreaking, 37 days. And we got it done in Puttaparthi. So speed is something we really mean, and we will deliver on it. And with true passion, we are all standing in front of you. The second is stability. I think all of you are looking at stability in governance, stability in policy. That is very, very critical. To a few of the partners who are here, who are already in Andhra Pradesh, on the dais, all of you know whatever our leadership does stands the test of time and politics. There is no shortcut to success, and we follow the due process, do it right, and we provide stability. The third S is service. I look at all of you as nation builders. You create jobs. You create ecosystems. You are the people who can deliver the dream of our Honorable Prime Minister, which is Vikasit Bharat. So we are here to deliver on the promise of service. That brings me to something I've always admired about the Marwadi community. There is a famous saying, correct me if I'm going wrong here, Grahak Bhagwan hota hai. Since the customer is God. You are our customers and we are here to service you. All of you generationally have built amazing businesses. In my past life, I was a second generation entrepreneur. We as a family run India's second largest dairy business, started by my father, and my wife runs it, also Stanford MBA. She pays for my credit card bills. That's why I can stay in such a good hotel. So I know how difficult it is to build brands. I truly understand how difficult it is to ground projects. But we are here to serve you. We want to be part of your growth story, and we want to create a history. You know, a lot of the leaders here know that I am one WhatsApp message away. It's not AI, it is me behind it. I spend about 3 hours catching up on WhatsApp messages. Every moment I get, I try and catch up, reply. I call myself the Dolo 650 of Andhra Pradesh. So if you have a headache, I'm here. Big, small, any size, I'm here to resolve it. But together, we should work, we should build a great ecosystem. And Andhra Pradesh will move, no second thoughts about it. Please understand that Andhra Pradesh today is a $220 billion economy, will be a $2.4 trillion economy. It is not if Andhra Pradesh grows, Andhra Pradesh will grow, and we would love to have you as a partners of our growth trajectory and story. All of you know Mr. Naidu. He has a proven track record. He's done it in the past with Hyderabad. What took Hyderabad 30 years, I believe, will take Visakhapatnam economic region 10 years. And that's the pace at which we are moving. You have seen that we are building 3 economic regions, distinct zones, distinct clusters, very focused, very thematic areas, because beyond the incentives we give, if companies have to thrive, the ecosystem is going to be very, very critical. And what we have seen is that companies trip and fall because of lack of ecosystem and lack of foresight in terms of the regulatory framework that is required. So we are here to provide the safe guardrails to ensure that you not only succeed, but you thrive over a period of time. So you don't need to wait for months, years. For us, it's all about days. I jokingly say Andhra Pradesh government has attention deficit disorder. So we measure ourselves in days. You've seen that we have a group of ministerial body. I'm the chairman of that body. We review all your projects on twice a month. We move the needle, we review what the challenges are, so on and so forth. For all the mega investments, I personally update, including Chandra sir from Tata Sun. They get a message from me every Saturday night or Sunday morning with the note on all the Tata projects in Andhra Pradesh. And so I do for JSW, the Adani Group, the Reliance industry. I do that for all the major investments. So that's the amount of passion with which we are here. We are here to deliver on the promise. All of you have seen my Chief Minister, but I believe he's in his new avatar. It's 4.0. This is his 4th term. He's backed with a very young team. I was just sharing with the leadership. While our political party is 44 years old, 50% of our legislatures this time are first-timers. 17 out of 25 ministers are first-timers. So I'm actually now a senior minister in Mr. Naiduji's cabinet. It's not my grey beard. This is actually my 2nd term with him. So we bring a lot of passion, energy. We keep the ego at the door. We are here to help. We're here to solve problems. So we believe that strong states is strong nation. And together we need to work. We need to make India proud. This is our time. And together we can do it. So thank you very much for hosting me. I'm really excited to be here. I love more dialogue. I love rapid fire questions. So if you have anything that we can do, help you out any doubts that you have, we are here. I'll be more than happy to answer. Apart from that, I will share with the leadership the contact numbers of our Economic Development Board. We have a board which reports to the Honorable Chief Minister, headed by a mid-career IAS officer who will track each and every project. Small, medium, large, mega, every project gets tracked. There's an entire life cycle tracking mechanism that's in place. It gets reported to the Chief Minister on a periodic basis. So I'll share those contact numbers of the Economic Development Board, and we would love to host you, see you in Andhra Pradesh. So thank you very much for being here. Thank you for giving me this wonderful opportunity. Jai Hind.
I think truly impressive, and I was just thinking what really investors look for. Investors look for care, speed, ease, attention, and of course they look at growth and safety of capital. And Andhra truly offers all of that. And when we hear that you are the senior minister, that really shows how young the cabinet is, and that is how the energy and the enthusiasm. It's really infectious. I'm sure people in this room are also catching the same kind of energy. Now it's time, as our chief guest has mentioned, he's open to take questions, suggestions, or any thoughts, but we would request everybody to be quite brief while you ask the questions. So the floor is open now. If anybody would like to ask any question. Yeah, can we have the mics? Yeah, after this, we go to
Dr. Singh, I think I would like to start with the first question. Humbly.
Sure, please.
So, first and foremost, whatever sir has said, every single word is a fact. We are living proof, whether it is me, whether it is Bhushan Bhaiya, whether it is Bijaji, anyone who does business in Andhra Pradesh has seen it. 2 months ago, I had the pleasure of meeting sir for 5 minutes. I asked for, we spent 40 minutes. In that 40 minutes, till date, 33% of our largest company, 33% of the investment has been in Andhra Pradesh. After meeting sir, I stepped out and I told Dad that 50% plus is going to go to Andhra Pradesh no matter what happens. And I'm scared that when he meets sir, what is going to happen today. But, sir, what triggered this speed of doing business? You have executed it, but what caused that thought, and how were you able to execute it this quickly?
Actually, no one ever asked me this question. It was Tata Sons chairman Chandra sir, where as soon as the government changed, Naidu ji in his true trademark said, Chandra ji, you have to be the co-chair of Andhra's economic growth model. So when Chandra sir came, so the Honorable Industries Minister received him and I was sending him off. So I got good 45 minutes to drive with him to the airport, and I said, sir, as Tata Group, what are you looking for? He said, speed. I said, can you elaborate? He said, Lokesh, today we are investing, each project is $3, $5, $10 billion. And just imagine, because of regulatory red tape, if the project gets delayed by 6 months, a year, just the interest cost will kill that line. Simple. So if there's a great service you can do to the nation, do it by delivering on speed. And that was a clear message I got from Chandra sir. So from there we have built that capacity and we have internalized this and we have made it our mojo that was speed should be our focus. So whenever we talk to anyone, we say, how can we do better? How can we improve our performance? So we made it part of our DNA now, culture as a state. So when things take months, it actually hurts us. And then we've sensitized our collectors, sensitized the entire political system that speed matters and we need to deliver on it. So it was actually from the private sector that said speed is what matters, and today we're able to deliver on it. Thank you.
First of all, let me share my experience in Andhra Pradesh. We had been in the state for almost more than 10 years. We have taken a old sick plant, we revived it, and close to 3,000 people are working in that company now. After the new government, and we had been following Chandrababu Naidu for almost years and years, because when people were not talking of the IT, tech, renewal, I think that was the story when our Honorable Chief Minister was speaking 10, 15 years before. That time as well, I had a couple of meetings with him. It was a lovely meeting, but because of the change in the government and some change in the policies and all, we could not participate. But in last 3 months, I would love to share my experience. We have a flat steel division where the CEO, Mr. Uday, and my team is also here. They went to Andhra, they requested for the land, they requested for some policy, some incentives or some kind of concern what they had. Everything was through over the telephone. In 30 days, we were being able to close the land. In 45 days, we got an allotment letter. And I feel like, we are not working with any government, which is, as a entrepreneur, we have investment in almost more than 9-10 states. And we are working in multiple states. But the kind of spectacular response, drive, what I am seeing with this government, I feel like, we are working like a partner, not like a government. Sir, a big thank you, and I really feel very proud today to share this dais with you, your experience, and after meeting today in person with you, I feel like I have personally become a big fan of you. Let me share this. Your humbleness, your kindness, your, the way, your touch, your Meadows touch, I would say, is something I can't, there is no word. Thank you once again. Thank you once again.
Namaskar, sir. Sir, my name is Amit Mittal. We are developing a coal block in Chhattisgarh. And we intend to develop, we are already operating more than 1,000 plus megawatt worth of power plants, both in IPP, CPP capacities with our associate and group companies. Now we are planning to develop a 1600 megawatt power plant. The request is twofold. Generally, to achieve the vision of Viksit Andhra Pradesh also, you would be needing power, as we all know, for Google data center, everything. When the power tender comes in, two conditions are generally mentioned by the state discoms. One, that they have got Shakti coal linkage from Government of India, and they push the developer to use that Shakti coal. Now, and secondly, that the plant need to be necessarily located in the state where power is required. Now, this makes power uncompetitive, because if it is not near the coal area, the overall burden will fall on the ultimate consumer. So the request is these two things may be seen when the state discom is going to issue the tender, which we believe it would be doing, because for quite some time no long-term tender has been issued by the state. So that's a.
So the biggest number I'll give you is year on year our energy consumption has grown by 17%, 17. So on a 15 gigawatt scale, think about 17%, it's massive. And this is before all of them have started commercial production. Right, cement, data centers, few other plants are now coming up, steel, ArcelorMittal, Royal Enfield, fighter jets. I mean, we are genuinely worried that now we need to deliver on the energy bit. So that's why we came up with this tender. So we'll actually go through the process. We'll take your feedback loud and clear. We will require a lot more energy than what we have done. And the mandate of my CM is very clear. He said that low cost of energy should be a strategic advantage. So what we are actually working on is reducing the cost at which we are procuring energy. So RTC is very important, but price is also equally important. So you'll be surprised to hear, as a state, we have so far reduced, I think, about 47 paise of procurement price. Just on that. So we've revived thermal power plants. Hindujas have had a large exposure to Andhra and how much they've suffered. Now it's actually very profitable. Because, and their energy is actually very inexpensive for the state compared to any other thermal plant. So we are just going where the price is competitive and more long term. So we'd love to take this feedback loud and clear. We'll work with the energy minister, the secretary, and we'll come back. Obviously, pithead is any day cheaper than moving the coal all the way. Transmission of energy is a lot cheaper. So I take your point loud and clear.
I would also like to add one more question on this, sir. Today, the Central Electricity Authority, they have a guideline of putting up a 800 megawatt of supercritical boiler. Now it is efficient, 10-15%. But when we are taking from the view of the buyer, like if I am able to do, or if somebody is able to do at 500 megawatt at a competitive price, that is important or super critical? Because today the challenge of setting up a mega power plant is the machine delivery. We don't allow the Chinese import, so we are stuck with the BHEL deliveries, which has been blocked by the big boys, for 5-7 years, which is also creating the wall for a new entry, and the other boys enjoying the higher premium. So it would be the humble request, if we can, consider this, like either we have to be a price conscious, delivery conscious, execution conscious, or we are fighting with the same. So this is actually a big roadblock for any private, the generators to enter this market at this challenge. So I think my team is here. We will definitely love to share our values and all. We have a block in Chhattisgarh. We are developing that coal block. So we are working on the IPP power, which state and how, because transporting coal, increasing the cost, and the biggest challenge what our country is going to suffer or is suffering is the transmission challenge. Because via solar, we block the transmission, and with the kind of demand and generation, and the ecosystem is also, more need to be lined up in the time to come. So this is going to be a good value, personally I see, but we'd like to discuss more in detail. Thank you, sir.
This will require intervention even at the central level. So we'll work on that. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, sir.
A very good afternoon, sir, and to the panel. And before starting, I would like to tell the floor that it is the best state to invest. We are an investor for the last 25 years in your state. And it all happened in Calcutta when your team under Chandrababu Naidu was here for a road show. We signed our agreement, and it did see the light of the day. Very fast, with ease and speed. I'm a director at Conveyor and Ropeway Services. We have invested in Andhra Pradesh for a ropeway at Kailashgiri Hill and running it for the last 25 years. We are investors in 7-8 states. But today my question to you is, ropeways are the most sustainable and modern urban transport coming up throughout the world. Sir, we are trying to get ropeways as urban transport, which has many, many advantages over road transport, even battery cars. And I have given presentations to many states, but with your energy, with your vision, we would request that you should give the smart transportation ropeways as urban commutation in your state. We have, actually Andhra Pradesh has only one ropeway, but it is requested that we get an opportunity to get more ropeways for tourism, for cultural, for urban transportation in your state with your energy, with your outlook, and free the roads of fatality, emissions, congestion, time management, which is speed today, in today's language. Thank you, sir.
So, ma'am, there is I think a project coming out which connects Vijayawada to Amravati. From Vijayawada bus stand all the way to Amravati, and connecting the temple also, Durgamma Gudi, all the way across the river. So I think that should come out soon. I think that will be the first project that will go. But as I said, I'll share the Economic Development Board contact, so you can share the proposal, and definitely they would take a hard look at it.
Yes, sir. We have many proposals in Bhavani Island, in Kanak Devi Durga Temple, but I think we were waiting for Chandrababu Naidu to come back.
No, we will love to actually take a hard look at it.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Good morning. I am not from the business community. I am in Calcutta University. I am a teacher and researcher. My subject is economics, so that's why I am coming here to know directly about Andhra Pradesh from you as an energetic minister. So, if we look at the undivided Andhra Pradesh, the development was mainly Hyderabad centric, right? And when Andhra Pradesh was divided, so it was really challenging to develop the Andhra Pradesh part now, because Hyderabad is in Telangana, right? So what is the secret of the rapid development in current Andhra Pradesh? So of course, Chandrababu Naidu has a great role. So is there any other secrets, like in addition to the political stability, also we need some cooperations from different aspects of the economy. For example, agricultural land you need to develop industrial hub like this. So what kind of cooperation you have got from the farmers community and the other economic forums like that?
Yeah. Sir, now you're making me go back to classroom. I think Andhra Pradesh is a beautiful case study in that sense. See, people of Andhra Pradesh are also very entrepreneurial. I mean, historically, if you've seen across sectors, since 1980s, I believe because of course, our political party also is promoted in a very big way, that entrepreneurship has become a way of life. That is one. And two is, the most important thing, what is the magic sauce? In our case, it is only one person. See, honestly, if you look at Singapore, or if you look at where Malaysia started, Singapore was one person, Lee Kuan Yew. Malaysia is Mahathir. So great leaders make all the difference. So if you look at Hyderabad today, and if you think about airport, the ring road and all that, it requires a certain leadership with vision, and vision backed with political capital to execute it. We as a political party do a lot of training, and I attended one of the training classes. It's actually mandatory for all of us, including the working president, say Karyakarta tak, all of us have to go through training. And I had a very, very interesting analogy. The trainer said, all of us become carbon copy of our leader. In our case, our leader is so dynamic, energetic, he's like a sun. So the point is, how close do you want to be or how far do you want to be? It's as simple as that. So we draw a lot of energy and inspiration as a team. And I'm sharing with the team that the greatness of our leader is, this is his fourth term, so he understands what does it take to create this kind of economic transformation. One of the big thing is that he has our back. So I don't need to check every time. He is a chief minister who has empowered his ministers to take decisions. Obviously, if you want to check anything, he's always available. But suppose I promise something, sir, I need to close this, sir is evaluating Andhra and some other state and I need to close it. I might give 1 rupee more or 1% more incentive. And if I have to close it, I know that my chief minister has my back. And there was an instance where one company which was a PLI scheme from Government of India in semiconductor, my secretary made a promise to them. And you won't believe the secretary was not there. He was in Bengal elections. He had to come for election duty. And the file came to cabinet. And I told my Honorable CM, I said, sir, the secretary he has made a promise. So I believe that, we should keep up. He said, are you sure he did that? He made a promise. I said, yes. Have you checked? Yes. He said, done. And let's agree to it. So when you have a leadership that has that kind of trust and belief in the entire system, it really enables us to deliver. And the second most important thing which I think as a nation we need to build is capacity. So we have a very close partnership with Singapore. So this goes back to Lee Kuan Yew ji and Naidu ji's relationship. So it's from the founding father to now the fourth prime minister, we have a very strong relationship with them. So we actually sent our ministers for a 7-day boot camp to Singapore. Urban planning, mobility, to water transportation, to technology. They were going from class to class to class, to the extent where my minister said that, sir, if you studied so much, you would have been an IAS officer. Because we didn't study so much, you are a politician. And jokingly said that capacity building is very, very important. And we are doing this more and more. So I sent my teachers, my government school teachers to Singapore for capacity building. Next batch is actually going to Finland. in August. So we are going on this massive drive to build capacity, to expose our political leadership, our bureaucratic leadership, our cutting edge leaders to understand what does it take to build a nation. So I think these two, in my humble opinion, are very, very important.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for sharing.
I think Mr.
Thank you,
Ishwaran also had a question. We can have the mic here. Mic here. And then we'll go back to the lady. Yeah. After this.
I'm Shivkumar Ishwaran. I'm the ICC chair from Tamil Nadu. So great meeting you at the Executive Committee meeting. Really impressed by the way you speak and see a youngster heading it with and also a tag of a senior